Hey buddy, it's Crazy24 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the last one, we went through Classic Mode as a newcomer, another newcomer to the game. One from Kid Icarus Uprising, Dark Pit, who was a clone of Pit. That's his whole shtick. With some slight minor differences and tweaks, but yeah, we went to Dark Pit. It was pretty cool. In this episode, however, we're going to be going through Classic Mode as another clone fighter and another newcomer to the game. Lucina. Yeah, so she's a clone of someone. I'll just say it right now, she's a clone of Marth. She is a Marth clone in this game, from Fire Emblem Awakening, and yeah, so we'll get into her in a moment. Newcomer, unlockable as well. In order to unlock her in the 3DS version, you have to either play 40 versus matches or complete Classic Mode as Marth without using any continues. After completing one of the two methods, you must then defeat Lucina on Arena Ferox. So yeah, that's all taken care of. Now let's check out Lucina's alternate costumes, her palette swaps. So we have the standard Lucina, you know, outfits. It really is similar to how Marth's is. She took a lot of stuff from Marth, I will say that. A lot of his looks. We have a green outfit, which is based on Naui, sorry, a character. Basically all of her alternate costumes are based on female characters from Fire Emblem Awakening, so that's what all of them are going to be. We have a black outfit, which is based on Cherchi, I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah. We have a white outfit, which is based on Cordelia. We've got a red outfit, which is based on Tiki from Fire Emblem Awakening. The back of her cape features the crest of the divine dragon Naga, Tiki's mother. We have a yellow outfit, which is based on Lisa, Lucina's aunt. A navy outfit, or I guess black, and this is already a black outfit, so I guess, yeah, navy in this case. Based on Tharja, the back of her cape features the brand of the Fell Dragon, a prominent symbol in Tharja's home country. And finally, a purple outfit, which is based on Sumiya. Yes, Sumiya. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have played Fire Emblem Awakening, then you'll likely know all those characters and all the references, but if you haven't, don't worry. It's still worthwhile to play. I mean, like, we'll get into this in a moment, but Fire Emblem Awakening is a really good game. I haven't played all of it yet, but I've played a good chunk so far, and I like it. I like it a lot. Fire Emblem Awakening is a very, very good game. Absolutely. But yeah, so go play if you haven't already. I will probably do some Fire Emblem on the channel at some point, but it'll likely be later, that's for sure. I might like, I don't know if I should wait until I've done like all of the mainline Pokemon games first, or if I should just do it just whenever. I probably would just like do the latter option. Because if I wait until like all of the mainline Pokemon games are done, I'm likely never gonna get around to playing Fire Emblem on the channel like at all. Don't kill off Ganondorf, that should have hit. But yeah, so anyways, we're here, right, with Lucina. So Lucina, as you can tell, is basically the exact same as Marth. She is extremely similar to my boy. Now, what differences she has compared to Marth? Yeah, there's some differences. They actually are a lot more differences with Lucina, a lot more noticeable differences with her. To Marth compared to how it was with like Pit and Dark Pit. One of the things is that Lucina's overall damage output is actually close to the weighted average of each of the hitboxes of Marth's attacks. So yeah, how Marth kind of has a weighted average, especially with like how he can have like the tipper hits of his attacks and then the blade hit, which do two totally different amounts of damage, depending on the hit. So hers is the average. Her attacks do the average of like each of his attacks, essentially. Like tipper compared to no tipper, essentially. So yeah, that's how Lucina's damage works. Damage scaling works. Yeah, it's pretty cool how they actually like kind of did that, because Lucina, as you can probably imagine, does not have the tipper in her arsenal. She does not. She is an overall more balanced swordsman compared to Marth. Yeah, so she is a clone of Marth, but does not have the tipper that Marth has, which honestly is not that bad. You know, some people, it kind of gives people two options. Kind of like having that Marth character, but one has a tipper if you want to like really try and like work on your spacing and just kind of prioritize trying to get those really nice clean tipper hits and tipper kills. But then the other one, being Lucina, is a lot better for just like having that overall average kind of blade hits that you don't have to rely so much on the tipper to be super effective, right? She will have the standard amount of damage throughout the entire blade. So yeah, it is pretty cool how they do at least give you 2 options in that regard. But let's go ahead and look over Lucina's special moves. So of course, we have this for neutral special, which is this shield breaker. So same thing like Marth's shield breaker, basically the exact same, where she rears back and then performs a powerful thrust forward. It is of course a chargeable move, and the more you charge it, the more powerful it's going to become in damage and knockback and everything. Same thing with Marth, is that if you were to use it in the air, then you will, and fully charge it, you actually gain a substantial amount of horizontal distance with the move. So it's a very, very good option if you want a solid horizontal recovery with Lucina, if you don't want to just rely on the up B, right? And of course, as you could probably imagine, Shield Breaker is a shield breaky move, right? Fully charged, it's gonna do hefty damage to shields. I think the only way it would not break a shield is if the opponent perfectly times their shield. That's the only reason why it wouldn't. Even when it's not fully charged, it still does a substantial amount of shield damage too. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the move. It does, you know, yeah, that's all you really need to know. I want to see if I can maybe show it off a little bit more on like Villager. Oh, see, he perfect shielded that? Okay. So the only way you actually, sorry, let me rephrase it then. The only way you don't receive any kind of damage on your shields with against Shield Breaker is if you do perfect shield it. But you have to perfect shield the attack in order to be able to hold up. You have to perfect shield the attack in order to be able to not take any shield pressure from it. So yeah, just saying. Again, how did he see that? Oh, I hit it out of him. Nice. Let me see if I can maybe kill him with shield breaker. That'd be crazy. Oh, he's stupid. He just kind of stood there like a dumbass. See, that's on you, Villager. But yeah, that's shield breaker. Exact same thing as Marth, but just without the tipper functionality. I think the tipper only really granted Marth the ability to just do more, I think, knockback, if I'm not mistaken. I'll fight Pac-Man. It's probably stupid, but yeah, I think he does more knockback with the tipper if he hits it on Shield Breaker. But yeah, so also we're already on stage 5. We already only went over the neutral special. Let's blast through these. So we have the side special, which of course is the Dancing Blade, where it's a combination of sword swings that Lucina performs and can be influenced by pressing either up, down, or leaving it forward. And we will show it off real quick. So we have the standard forward one, which is a kind of like a red swing kind of multi thing. Boom, like that. We have the up version, which turns blue and kind of sends opponents upwards. And then the down version, which turns green and does a little bit of a flurry of hits at the very end of it. So yeah, those are the 3 variations. The different variations do like different amounts of like damage and like have different amounts of like effectiveness to them. So it's like just like depending on like which one you want to work with and use depending on the situation. So it's like it really is just dependent on your situation, which is what works better. I think if I'm not mistaken, that's hard to say. I think the up special, the up version, the up iteration, does more knockback. I think it does. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Actually, let me kind of look at that real quick. Is that really true? I just want to make sure before I start spreading misinformation. Such downward, okay, with KO potential at high percentages. Well, I mean, like, high percentages. I mean, it looks like all 3 of them have really good KO potential at high percentages. I think the forward one does have the most KO potential, just because the other 2 have to be specified as like they have good KO potential at high percentages, while the middle one doesn't say anything like that. So yeah, I mean, again, that's how it is. I think the middle one is the better one. And yeah, so simple as that. That's just how Dancing Blade works. And the first hit of the move can actually stall Lucina in the air, just like Marth. So yeah. It also has greater overall KO potential than Marth, thanks to the parallel Falchion having a higher base damage output than Marth's Falchion. So Marth's sword is called the Falchion, while Lucina's is called the Parallel Damn, 5 trophies? The Parallel Falchion. So yeah, do with that as you will. Now we have the up special, which is of course the Dolphin Slash. It's a move where Lucina performs a jumping upward slash. Simple as that, very, very quick. Bam, that's how it is. With a one-hit kind of ordeal, or like only does like a one-hit attack. On the ground, or even just in the air, it's a it's a pretty good like KOing move. I mean, like at high percentages, of course, but it does like, it's a very quick move, has good frame data on it, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. It's an excellent out of shield, and its ability to be reversed. So yeah, you can kind of do that, face away, and then like do the other direction. So yeah, and it's also very good for like stage spiking if no one's expecting it. Yeah, very, very bad horizontal, or like very minimal horizontal distance you will get from it, but very good vertical distance. That's basically the idea of it. And yeah, and finally, you already know where this was going. We have the down special, which of course is the counter. And yeah, the counter works as a counter. It was just like Marth scores like Ike's, yada yada. Lucina just performs a stance, and then once she gets hit, while with some pretty good timing, well, it stays out for a bit. But yeah, with some timing, she gets hit, and then she counterattacks the opponent, and then deals a certain amount of multiplied damage, depending on like the move she is, depending on the amount of damage she takes, because it does a it has a 1.2 times multiplier to it. So yeah, I think it's about the exact same as Marth's, if I'm not mistaken. I think Lucina and Marth's do have the exact same multiplier to their counter. So there might be some differences between the two, but I think they're the exact same actually. I think their counters are literally identical. No joke. Yeah, so it literally says that it has the same properties as Marth's, along with the custom variants. So literally everything about the move is just like the exact same as Marth's. And she's dead. Okay. Very nice. At least that was really quick. So yeah, that's about it. That's Lucina. Again, I mean, what more can you expect? It's a sword fighter that is a clone of Marth. Yeah, I don't want to like really give much spoilers about like her backstory and like what she kind of her main shtick is within Fire Emblem Awakening, but she is kind of like supposed to be. It does make a lot of sense why she is like this huge clone of Marth. Why all of her moves are basically the exact same, just without like the tipper functionality to it. But yeah, I mean, that's Lucina, you know. Cool character. Definitely a decent addition to the series. I can't fully complain. I know a lot of people actually do prefer Lucina a lot more. So if you do, then that's cool. But I like Marth more. He's always been my boy, and he always will be my boy. Okay, let's get it, Lucina. Credits time. It really is kind of crazy, just like how similar they are. I mean, I guess, yeah, the tipper does make a big difference. I will say that it does, because it could really make or break a match depending on like how good you are with like spacing with Marth and like pulling off the tipper hits. But I mean, the tipper is just so worth it once you do hit it off. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful like mechanic. I love it a lot. I love it since Brawl, because that's like the first instance of Marth that I experienced. I didn't experience melee Marth until like much later. I actually didn't experience melee Marth in general, or just melee in general, until after Smash 4. Because my first Smash game, I probably have mentioned this many times before, but I want to mention it again in case I haven't, or just haven't done it in a while. But Brawl was my first Smash game. That was the first introduction to Smash I had, and it was a beautiful introduction. I love that game to death. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite games of all time. And yeah, obviously I got introduced to that game. I think I started playing in like 2011, 2012, something like that. I think it was 2011. That sounds about right to me. And then I started obviously playing Smash 4 roughly when it came out. I got the 3DS version 2 days after it came out, and then the Wii U version pretty soon after it came out that year in 2014. And then Melee I didn't start playing until like maybe spring or like early summer of 2015. So I think Melee was either my third or fourth Smash game I touched. I keep forgetting when I first like played Smash 64 because I really don't remember. I think when I first like got the game itself, I can't remember because I got it like when the Wii U eShop was still around. Oh, sorry, the Wii eShop. My fault. And I played it like through there, and I owned it through there, right? But I don't remember what that was. That could have been like 2014, could have been 2015, could have even been 2016. I can't fully say. But I did play it on a friend's N64 like years prior. I think not years prior, but maybe around like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there, I want to assume. So yeah, that's, I don't know, a little backstory if y'all were even curious. Yeah, I just wanted to say it. I don't know why. I just wanted to. But let's go into training mode real quick and check out Lucina's taunts and of course her final smash, in which we already know what her final smash is going to be. Yeah, I mean, it's not really all that surprising, right? So first off, smash. Oh, sorry. What is it? What are they called? Taunts. There we go. Up taunt.
Come at me.
Nice little twirl sword or sword twirl. I was saying, come at me, and then side taunts.
I cannot lose.
I cannot lose. Kind of similar to like. I think Roy has a similar taunt where he like kind of just like turns around and like puts his sword in his hilt. And then finally the down taunt. This one's very similar to Marth's. Oh, never mind. Oh, she puts on her mask, her eye mask. Now that eye mask is kind of important if you played Fire Emblem Awakening. You kind of just know the reasoning behind it and why she has it. So just saying. Okay, and there we have it. That's all her taunts. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But now, of course, her final smash is called Critical Hit. So yeah, that's what she says, or that's what she does. She dashes forward at a fast speed and insta-KOs her opponent. Yes, just like Marth's version, it will insta-kill, and it does 60% damage every time. You can actually, it has the same functionality where you can like dash from one side of the screen to the other side like crazy, and you could also, if you press this special button again in the middle of the animation, you can cancel the rest of the attack, so it makes the dash forward a lot quicker, a lot better to be stopped, and a lot safer, I guess, especially if you like miss the opponent like dodges or something. So yeah, and that's about it. So that's critical hits. We know how Marth's version works. Lucina's is the exact same. It really is the exact same. I don't think there's any difference between the two, besides like what Lucina said, which I actually don't remember. It doesn't even say. Okay. She said something, which is obviously different from what Marth said. But actually, Marth didn't even say anything. He's like, ha! And then he just dashes forward. But yeah. Here we have it, though. Lucina. Chrom's daughter and the future princess of Yllis. I think that's how. Yllis? I think it might be Yllis. Elise, maybe. When she arrives from a doomed future of seeking to prevent it from ever happening, she goes by the name Marth before her identity is revealed. She fights much like her adopted namesake, but more than just the tip of her sword is powerful. So yeah, you kind of had a little spoiler there. She goes by the name of Marth as a little like secret identity, and then she gets her identity revealed. That's like kind of what the mask is there for. And then yeah. That's about it. So she fights like her, yeah, she fights like Marth, but she doesn't have the whole tip thing. That's the whole shtick about her. Yeah. So that's Lucina. That's it for Classic Mode with Lucina, today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. In the next one, we're gonna be heading to Classic Mode as one of my personal favorite characters, another newcomer, yes, but a very good one to say the least. Another swordsman, Shulk from the Xenoblade Chronicles game, the first one. This was gonna be a pretty fun one, I will say. Again, I just love Shulk a lot, so I cannot wait to play as him. Yeah, so look forward to that one. It's gonna be quite great. It will be quite great. So, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch, the second channel, the music channel, and the VOD channel. They're all down below in the description. Go check them out. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Pop-Tart out.